أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل محمد وبارك وسلم عليه رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي ربنا زدنا علما أجمعين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته Alhamdulillah, by Allah's grace and fazl, we are in the class number 174. Today, inshallah, we are going to start lesson number 25 of Duroos volume 3. Let's get started. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, lesson number 25. It's a very important lesson where we are going to study Bab Istaf'ala, form number 10. And other aspects also have been dealt here. Inshallah, let us learn by one. In this lesson, we learn the following. Bab Istaf'ala. This Bab Ista. Yani Hamza, Sin, Ta is prefixed to the first radical. Example, Istaghfara, he asked forgiveness. Istayqadha, he woke up. Ista'adda, he got ready. Istahamma, he had a bath. Istaqala, he resigned. Istalqa, he laid down. It's mudari form. It is istaf'ilu. Istafala, istafilu. Example, istaghfiru, istahimmu, istaqilu, istalqi. Samar form. It commences with a sakin letter, so it takes hamzatul wasl. Example, tastaghfiru, istaghfir. Tastaqilu, istaqil. Tastalqi, istalqi. Tastahimmu, istahimma. This has fatha at the end to avoid iltiqa sakinain. This is fi'l mud'af, so we have to add here fatha in order to avoid the iltiqa sakinain. The masdar form. So it is on the pattern of istif'alun. Example, istighfarun. The alif verbs, the composite round is added at the end. Example, istaqala, istiqalatun. Istishara, he consulted. Istisharatun, consulting. In Nakis verbs, the final year changes to Hamza. Example, for the verb istalaqa, istalaki, it is istilqaun. For istilqayun. The ism al-fa'il and the ism al-maf'ul. The second radical has kasra in the ism al-fa'il and fatha in the ism al-maf'ul. Example, mustaghfirun, one who seeks pardon. And mustaghfarun, one whose forgiveness is sought. So mustaghfir, mustaghfar. Then the noun of place and time, ismu makan or ismu zaman, it is the same as the ismu maf'ul. Example, mustaqbalun, future, mustawsafun, clinic, mustashfan, hospital. Okay. This bab signifies, among other meanings, the meaning of seeking. Example, ghafara, he forgave. Istaghfara, he sought forgiveness. Fa'ima, he ate. Istat'ama, he asked for food. Hada, he guided. Istahada, he sought guidance. Point number 2. Adrusu al-lughata al-arabiyyata likay afhama al-Quran al-Karima. I am studying Arabic so that I may understand the Quran. The word kai is an infinitive particle. And likay afhama al-Quran means li fahmil Qurani. It is used with mudari, which it renders mansub. Which it renders mansub. So when you use your kai, your fail mudari becomes mansub. Fail mudari mansubun because of this amil kai. Lam ta'lil is prefixed to which may sometimes be omitted. Example, kai nusabbihaka kathiran, so that we may glorify you much. So here kai is for li kai. Right? So lam ta'lil, sometimes it may be omitted. Likai is joined to lam nafiya in writing. Example, Ishtahid likaila tarsuba. Work hard lest you should fail. Uktub rakma hatifi fil mufakkarati. Uktub rakma hatifi fil mufakkirati لكيلا تنسى. Write down my telephone number in the diary. مفكرة means diary, the thing which is reminding you. So فكر يفكر form 2 and his ismul fa'il مفكر. So مفكر means the one who or the thing which is reminding us. So diary is the one which reminding us. So مفكرة, the meaning is diary. لكيلا تنسى, so that you do not forget. لكيلا تنسى, so that you do not forget. Here are some more examples of كي. ذهب زملائي إلى السوق لكي يشتروا الحوائج. My colleagues went to the market to buy the necessaries, the needs. حاجة حوائج. Plural form is حوائج. The single form is حاجة. حاجة means need, necessities, needs. حوائج. يا مريم استيقظي مبكرة لكي لا يفوتك القطار. Mariam, get up early, lest you should miss the train. In English we say I miss the train. In Arabic we say the train missed me. Fatni al-kitar. So this we have come across this Fata Yafutu many times. It's another beautiful verb. So please note it down. Point number 3. Isn't is another particle of nasab. It precedes the mudari and it renders its mansub. It means in that case, it is used only in reply to a statement. If your friend tells you, يرجع المدير اليوم من الخارج, headmaster is returning today from abroad, you will reply saying, إذن نستقبله في المطار. نستقبله. So it is not kasra here, it is nastaq. So it should be fatha over the ta. Nastaqbilahu. See here it's mansub because of reason. Fail mudari mansub because of reason. So then nastaqbilahu fil matari. In that case, we will receive him at the airport. Note that the verb after reason is mansub. Idhan renders the verb mansub only if the following 3 conditions are met. A. Idhan should be at the beginning of the sentence and it should not be preceded by any other word. B. The verb should immediately follow it. Intervention by lam nafiya or an oath is permitted. The verb should denote futurity. In the example cited above, all the 3 conditions are met. Idhan is at the beginning of the sentence. The verb nastaqbilahu immediately follows it and it denotes futurity. But if we say nahanu idhan nastaqbiluhu, the verb should be marfu because idhan is not at the beginning of the sentence. The same way, if we say idhan fil matari nastaqbiluhu, the verb should be marfu because the verb does not immediately follow idhan. So you have your jar majrur. So idhan, the verb does not immediately follow the particle idhan. So it is marfu here. So the verb should be marfu because the verb does not immediately follow isn't. We may, however, say idhan wallahi nastaqbilahu fil matwari. In that case, we will by Allah receive him at the airport. And also idhan la nastaqbilahu fil matari. That's why it is clearly mentioned here. Intervention by lam nafiya or an oath is permitted. Any promising statement or if you use lam nafiya where it is permitted, where you can say idhan wallahi nastaqbiluhu, where fail mudari becomes mansub. Whereas if it is not preceded by, if it not comes as the first particle of the sentence, or if there is any intervention between the particle and the verb, so where where the verb should be imperfect. So we may, however, say, "Idhan wallahi nastaqbilahu fi matari." In that case, we will by Allah receive him at the airport. And also, idhan la nastaqbilahu fi matari. In that case, we will not receive him at the airport. The verb in these 2 cases is mansub. Here is an example where the verb does not denote futurity. So it does not. So it's a type here. Does not futurity. تسيل الحافية المطار الساعة الثانية. The bus arrives at the airport at 2. إذن أخاف أن تفوتني الرحلة. إذن أخاف أن تفوتني الرحلة. In that case, I'm afraid I will miss the flight. Here أخاف is marfu because it does not denote futurity. Okay, please make a note of these points. It's very important in related to the usage of the particle isn't. Okay. Point number 4. We have seen that the verb in the Madi is negated with ma. Example, ma akaltu, I did not eat. But if we negate two verbs in the Madi together, we use la. Example, la akaltu wala sharibtu. I neither ate nor drank. Fala saddaqa wala salla. He neither believed nor prayed. Quran, chapter number 75, verse number 31. Point number 3. Point number 5. We have seen واو الحال prefix to a nominal sentence. Example, دخلت المسجد والإمام يقرأ الفاتحة. I entered the mosque while the Imam was reading the Surah Fatiha. It can also be prefixed to a verbal sentence with the verb in the Madi, but then it should be followed by قد. Example, دخلت المسجد وقد قرأ الإمام الفاتحة. I entered the mosque after the Imam had finished reading the Fatiha. Okay. So we were learning earlier about the vowel hal. It is prefixed to a nominal sentence, but the same vowel hal also may be used with the verbal sentence, but there should be the particle kad. Okay. Next, kharaja min fasli. Here are some more examples. خرج من الفصل وقد شرح المدرس الدرس. We left the class after the teacher had finished explaining the lesson. جاء الطبيب وقد مات المريض. The doctor came after the patient had died. وصلت المطار وقد أقلعت الطائرة. I arrived at the airport after the plane had taken off. Point number 6. The verb جعل. And the verb جعل has 4 meanings. Point number 8. To make, that is to cause something to be or become something. In this sense, it takes 2 objects. Example, سأجعل هذه الغرفة دكانا. I will make this room as a shop. Here, الغرفة is the first object and دكان second object. Here are some more examples. جعل الله الخمر حراما. Allah had made alcoholic drinks haram. So, جعل has 2 مفعول به if it gives the sense of to make or to cause something to be or become something. So جعل الله, Allah is the file, الخمر مفعول به number 1, حراما مفعول به number 2. وجعل القمر فيهن نورا وجعل الشمس سراجا. Again, جعل القمر is file number 1, نورا number 2, object number 2, Shamsa object number 1, Sirajan object number 2. And he made the moon a light therein, and he made the sun a lamp. Quran, chapter number 71, verse number 16. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَجَعَلَ النَّاسَ أُمَّةً وَاحِدَةً. And had your Lord so willed, he would have made mankind one nation. One nation. Quran, chapter number 11, verse number 118. So, for in this case, Ja'ala takes 2 maf'ul bih. B, to think or to deem. In this sense also, it takes 2 objects. Example, ja'alatni, ja'altani mudiran. Have you made him headmaster? That is, do you think I am a headmaster? So where you can see ja'alta, ta is a fa'il, ya particularly maf'ul bih number 1, mudiran, maf'ul bih number 2. In Quran we have وَجَعَلُوا الْمَلَائِكَةَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عِبَادُ الرَّحْمَنِ إِنَاثًا. And they made the angels who are servants of Rahman females. That is, and they made the angels who are servants of Rahman females. Quran, chapter number 43, verse number 90. That is, it means believe they are females. Point C, to make, or that is to create. In this sense, it takes only one object. Alhamdulillah alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal arda wa ja'ala adh-dhulumati wan nura. All praise is for Allah who created the heavens and the earth and made darkness and light. So in the sense of to create, a beautiful example has been given here, where it takes only one object. Okay. See, after ja'ala, you say zulumat is maf'ulun bihi, and nura is ma'tuf ala zulumat. It's not maf'ul number 2 here. It's not the second object, it is ma'tuf ala zulumat. Point D, to begin. In this sense, it acts like kana and has ism and khabar. This is very, very important point because we have not come across this. So just please note down properly. To begin, and the ja'ala gives another meaning, that is to begin. In this sense, it acts like kana and has ism and khabar. Its khabar is a verbal sentence with the verb in the mudari. So please remember, its khabar shall be a verbal sentence and it should have the verb, and that verb should be in mudari. Example, ja'ala hamidun yadribuni. Hamid began beating me. Here Hamid is ism and sentence yadribuni, it's its khabar. See, the khabar is in the verb verbal sentence and the verb is, that too is mudari is used. Point number 7. The plural of mashin, pedestrian, is mushatun. It is on the pattern of fu'alatun. So mushatun is originally mushayatun, where yatun changes to ya. Yatun changes to a. Here are some more examples. Qadin, judge. Qudatun, judges. Hafin, barefoot. Fatun, arin, naked. Uratun, plural form. Walin, ruler. Ulatun. And finally, some points have been given here about nawasibul fail mudari, that is the particle that make fail mudari into mansub. We have already learned it many times. That is an, lan, idan, kai. We have learned an, lan, kai. Now today we have learned now idan. So these are 4 important particles that give fail mudari into, that make fail mudari into mansub. So since idan is also taught today, Mustafa himself has consolidated all these forms in a single para. Let's read it. The nawasib are the mudari. The particles that change the mudari to mansub are called nawasibul fa'ili al-mudari. These are 4 and we have learned them all. They are a, an. Allah yuridu an yatuba alaykum. Allah wants to turn to you. Quran, chapter number 4, verse number 27. This particle is called harf masdariya wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. That is an infinitive particle that changes the mudari to mansub and denotes futurity. B. Lan. Qala innaka lan tastati'a ma'i sabra. He said, surely you will not be able to have patience with me. Quran, Surah Al-Kahf. So it's a dialogue goes between, takes place between Musa Islam and Khadir Islam. So chapter number 18 and verse number 67. This particle is called harfu nafiyin wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. Lan is harfu nafiyin wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. Alhamdulillah, we have learned it many times, so we will be very comfortable in knowing this, in understanding this. So this particle is called harfu nafiyin wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. That is a negative particle that changes the mudari to mansub and denotes futurity. See, kai, example, kai nusabbihaka kasiran, so that we may glorify you much. This particle is called harfu masdariyatin wa nasbin wa istiqbalin. That is an infinitive particle that changes the mudari to mansub and denotes futurity. D. Idan sa'azuruka ghadan inshallah. I shall come to visit you tomorrow, inshallah. Idan antadiraka. In that case, I will wait for you. This particle is called harfu jawabin wa jazain wa nasbin istiqbalin. that is an answering particle that changes the mudari to mansub and denotes futurity.